Ban.
Vici Gaming may not be shining quite as much as I think all three of the wildcard games are kind of spent right now. They have played a definitely not something that they were looking for, and I can't put a lot of guarantees on their Alliance series now. I can't say that, oh, well, Alliance did better than the BPC, so they should go higher. No, because they're right now at the bottom of the group, and Liquid is the hottest and coldest team that I've seen so far.
Ability is really the name of the game if you have to play so many series a day. And I kind of am maybe a little bit worried of the top 5 teams still coming in tomorrow in the playoffs. I feel like being in this absolute grindy boot camp that they're in, you kind of have to be in there because they have to play a whole style of Dota that they've not really experienced yet, not the way that these teams have, for sure.
Yeah, I think typically you're going to say, you know, now because they can be a bit more, you know, they can try and beat the Pengo because they're sitting pretty at the top of the tables. If they had like a, you know, 5-5 record, they'd probably be saying, well, we should just go ban it. But
yeah, the Bloodseeker can actually click them at 0 ping rather than 160 ping. Team that has really prioritized Tidehunter heavily because they'll give it support or offlane. They will pick up another spirit, the Ember Spirit.
yeah, they love these active heroes for Leo style. I think he's been, you know, it's easy to say everyone Thunder Prayer is playing well, but as far as like who they play around, it's very much Leo style, trying to just wreak havoc, create space, allow MNZ carry these games because he's typically playing more of those hard carries in a lot of their games, at least.
I thought that the playstyle of Leo style and Ori were very similar. Yeah. If you compare the two, they have the same hero pool mostly. They play the same aggressive playmaking style of Dota.
That's a very interesting parallel that I would have never thought of, but yeah.
Same, but it's like it reminded me a lot of each other, and I'm excited for that matchup because they're both kind of the playmaker, the tempo setters for the team.
Bit of a surprise Nyx pick. I don't think Thunder Predators saw that coming because Shaman was already out on the table. Usually Nyx played as a 4, so Nyx looking really good against Ember Bloodseeker here. Gives him a really reliable way to catch those heroes, set up for a Pengo to kind of follow up with a roll. Big fan of this Nyx, which I assume is just going to be a 5 with Shaman playing in the offlane with Pengo.
Yeah, that would be my guess as well. Then for Poyoyo, both carries that a lot of the favorites are being banned out.
I think Troll's the one that stands. Nyx is not the best laning hero. You generally want to have the range carry, something that is a bit self-sufficient, doesn't need that babysitter because Nyx doesn't really provide that. So I would look at the Troll, just also because, as you said, a lot of carries banned out.
Jug is also available.
Jug,
there it is. No longer available. Picked up. A lot of bonus time used by Vici Gaming in this draft.
Yeah, probably because Chinese teams are, as we saw, like they don't really get exposure to South American teams either. This is a two-way street. So I thankfully I don't think Thunder Predator are doing like wild hero picks. Their hero pool seems pretty meta. I don't really see anything too exotic other than the Tidehunter support. I'm not seeing that too frequently in other regions.
And I believe the Chinese region as a whole doesn't really have great experiences playing against the South Americans. I believe if I think about TI9, I think RNG got knocked out by Infamous. Vici Gaming, one of the few teams that actually beat them in the group stages, was also... We'll see if Vici Gaming does well here. Obviously, it was a sad ordeal for Aster, so it's up to Vici for trying to keep the pride up. PSG LGD will be next on the docket for Thunder Predator in the series. All right, last pick. What do we want to see? Any boxes that need to be ticked?
For MNZ, he's getting, man, like literally everything is banned out. He has Phantom Assassin still available.
Any chance we see Bloodseeker on the 1 position?
10 seconds.
Ooh.
Be their first Bloodseeker game
Yeah,
5
for Thunder
seconds
Predator?
remaining.
that's a good question.
So it could be.
Yeah, actually, wouldn't mind. I would be down for that.
Actually, surprisingly, 3 heroes of the 4 will be their first time they're going to play it. They've not yet played Bloodseeker, Ember Spirit, or Lion.
Yeah, Lion it was the first time I saw it was Alliance.
Mm-hmm. Alliance.
10 seconds.
Alliance. I got you.
5 seconds remaining.
Call it Cyclops in black. They'll enjoy that one. Yeah, Razor banned out. Yeah, so Bloodseeker, I think, is a possibility to be the 1 position for Thunder Predator, in which case they would need a Frank hero.
Yeah, I don't feel strongly either way whether
to
Bloodseeker's playing the 3 or the 1. If it is going to be that kind of safe lane carry, I do feel like they're going to need something that scales a bit better in the off lane. There's not going to be that hero that can just win you the game on his own.
Mars is still not against a Jug. Dash
10
Prophet was first place man.
seconds.
Wow.
Nature's Prophet is the only other one that Frank has
5
played that's
seconds
still in the pool.
remaining.
They've also we've also seen safe lane Nature's Prophet look really good. I know
True.
Neon were just running some of that.
And wasn't that the
That-
go-to to pick against Shaman a lot of the
Yeah,
times?
that looks really good to me.
Radiant's turn
Yeah,
to
great against
pick.
Shaman. The Orchid against a few of these heroes to cause problems, and an SF pick for Vici. I wonder, can they send anyone else mid? I think probably not. I think Ember just kind of has to suck it up and have a kind of tough lane.
Yeah.
You've got Nerf Spirit to roam. Like this
Exactly.
is, it's not going to be an easy SF game by any
10
means.
seconds.
I just wonder if this changes the probability of where Bloodseeker's
5
going now.
seconds remaining.
If I don't consider SF to be a particularly well-scaling mid these days, and so Bloodseeker also kind of has the same and power spikes as a Shadow Fiend.
Maybe it's just where, you know, Leo Sal's like, guys, one of you guys take the Ember, pick me a Quap or something. It's definitely one of those mid lanes that likes to kind of have those style matchups where he
Yeah.
has that 1v1 edge.
Yeah. But that's also Ori. The parallels, my friend. Parallels.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
SF.
Maybe.
Like, come at me.
This
Let's
is
have a
benchmark.
proper
Oh,
Mexican standoff
you
here.
think you're good shit, huh? Let's see. Let's see SF. Why don't you pick SF also as a 1v1?
That's the
Choose your
problem.
hero.
Good call on that one, Neil. This hero makes a lot of sense, and it can flex between that offlane or carry. They're going to play it in the offlane, but just playing that into the both. I mean, Shaman, Nyx, both these supports don't deal well with the Treants.
Yeah.
I think it's really solid.
And I've been of the last picks that I've seen very frequently, super underwhelmed with Veno, super impressed with Nature's. I don't think a Nature's Prophet last pick has fallen off for me. So Thunder Predator.
Thunder Predator.
Thunder Predator.
I mean, you're going with the map as well. That
True.
And
Yeah.
so that helps.
I can't rely on Sumi. I've been banking on her predictions. So
I have to predict Thunder Predator as well. I think particularly that last pick, Nature's Prophet, just sells me on their draft. I think for Vici Gaming, they need a big game from Ori. He's got that lane matchup advantage, and he needs to not get destroyed by the from the Earth Spirit.
I will also go for Thunder Predator. Not necessarily draft related, but so far, Thunder Predator is just impressive. Gaming has an on the cost.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Impressed by V, because I've spent 2 months watching them play. I just think this one's going to be super interesting this time around. They have the answer for the Pangolier. They have the Bloodseeker, so it could be a bit tricky playing into that. You can't really itemize properly. You can't buy a Lincoln Sphere because it's too costly, or a Shadow Fiend. So a treat to watch over the past 2 months. Owen?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I'm always excited to see the SF when a team comes out with it. It's that confident last pick. I think it's quite an aggressive move against a team that might run them over. You know, Thunder Predator, you've got to be scared of this squad. So I'm going to be excited to see if Ori can actually pull it off, because I think he's going to have a bit of a difficulty against Thunder Predator.
I am going to be excited about that as well, and I'm also excited about hearing you both talk about the game, so take it away.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, I've been looking forward to this, seeing a bit of Thunder Predator over here on the mainstream. They've had quite the runs. Of course, they're just here to add more to their tally of wins that they've just been picking up game after game. And what do you reckon, Elikos? Do you think they're going to be able to add another one to it?
Yeah, they've been pretty impressive.
Look at this
no one
already.
kind of expected that. 11, dropping low. Some good body blocks.
30 seconds.
What are these treants? I don't think I've ever seen these treants with the spears.
Oh,
they
these
look
great.
so cute.
Yeah, the little coconuts. Beautiful. The little spears. I mean, look at this. The micro as well. He's got one of them against two.
Another one
Vici's
just
having a
standing
run.
still. That's what I do.
He's
That's how
upset,
I
though.
micro.
It's not a happy coconut. I wonder why
looks
it's
like
so
a
sad.
really angry
Maybe because
one.
he's just being summoned and sent instantly to his... It's a miserable existence for the coconut treants. Minos,
At last,
ready to try and
the
grab this
battle
bounty rune.
begins.
MJZ's going to have the stun. Easy bounty rune here for Thunder Predator. They'll start the game off with 3 of the 4.
Good stuff, good stuff. That's how you start. I want to see how good Ori is going to do against the Ember Spirit. He has the upper hand. It's really hard for any melee heroes pretty much to play into Shadow Fiend. He just keeps spamming those raises, starts with the raise level 1, bring up a couple of mangoes. Problem is, you're playing into Earth Spirit. Like Earth Spirit Tusk, these are the best type of heroes to play against the Shadow Fiend. Easy setup. You have to be very aware of the rotations. What Moose can do possibly is just TP and make a rotation on a mid lane. This is something that I've seen Earth Spirit do. He's gonna roll on the top first. Now Juggernaut should not have an easy lane here. You know, playing into it's kind of hard. He's also forced to skill Healing Ward level 1. Next Assassin, he does not do well also against the Treants. Like, what is he gonna do? Use Impaled and wait for 14 seconds?
I mean, maybe, but it's not going to be great.
That doesn't sound too impressive.
Not at all. Frank and Moose definitely going to have the strength on this top lane. They're getting in onto Poyoyo. Moose, obviously knowing with that Healing Ward skill, the Poyoyo won't have too much to hit back with.
Dyer's courier just went belly up.
See, bottom, JZ trying to deal with PYW as PYW was able to grab a whole creep wave, take it round, get it to meet deep behind the tier 2, but MJZ will be here to some of the denies in, try to. A look here, but PYW, you've got to be a little careful. I mean, MJZ got any sort of mango for another stun. He does have a mango.
PYW is sitting next to the tower, has extra region kicking in, has +5 armor, so he cannot die. And it's also very hard. The last hit against the Shadow Shaman, who has 77 damage for some reason without a single stat item.
I think that's just one of those numbers that just got typed wrong. You know, they were doing the update, someone just smashed that. Well, no, there you go, 77 damage.
20 too much.
Insanely high right click, of course, on this Shaman. Mid lane, Moose, and with a smoke. They could, if they could set up on Ori now, that would be a beautiful move for Thunder Predator. They're going to go for it. Moose, great kickback. The fire of Leo Styling.
He's dead.
It's got a fairy fire. Sleight of Fist will do it. Dodging the Impalers. Well, beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful
this is the type
smoke move from Moose.
Rotation that I talked about, you know, he comes to the mid lane, it was a smoke rotation. You need to be aware of that. Like, they could potentially also bring Nature's Prop in, and if they needed something extra. So, yeah, Shadow Fiend already off to a bad start, and he can just keep doing that. Next Assassin as a 5, you know, he doesn't provide that much. He's gonna impale. Shadow Shaman, also, he can't make early rotations, because this hero consumes so much mana early on, you just don't have enough.
Absolutely. And yeah, no regen on him as well at the moment. PYW just the boots. Has got to stick out, so...
But no extra mana, so even if they decide to make a similar move, once again, he TPs and that's it. You can just watch Shadow Fiend die.
Top lane, Poyoyo. Trying to go for moves with the Blade Fury. Didn't quite have enough damage. Frank it. Trying to punch back with the micro. Poyoyo will get himself away. CCS across the lanes at the moment. Vici gaming all 3 of their cores. Farming a little better than that of Thunder Predator.
Impale misses, but Bloodseeker very speedy already. Boots of speed on him. Juggernaut sitting at almost half HP. Leo style playing very aggressive between tier 1 and tier 2 tower. Rune spawning in 10 seconds.
Going with the change onto PYW, they come with the Hex. PYW is able to take away the haste route. Leo style, couldn't quite get that bottle refill that he was after.
So Shadow Shaman will run to base, possibly refill Shadowfiend's bottle if needed. Old 11 on the bottom line. Oh, he needs his bottle refilled, so that's gonna get refilled on the bottom. Also, new runes spawning in 30 seconds. 11's Pangolier has been amazing. I think I've said it multiple times. Swashbuckle gets the proc, but they did not refill the bottle, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, what happened there? Just a little stun
He got stunned and didn't give the bottle on time.
MJZ, clutch plays. And a stop to that. The old 11 a little bit in lane. Moves. So there's going to be even more importance for him to try and get that bottle refill. So hanging around the three of them, they're going to try and get over towards PYW. Moves, he's in. Golden's there, but he's able to pin with the bounty rune in time, stopping PYW from being able to get that refill. Now with the stun into Bloodbright, Thunder Predator, they'll not only deny the chance of him getting that bounty rune, they'll also deny his life.
Good rotation. Bloodseeker lost a couple of CS in the lane because of it, but they secured the rune and they get a kill. Next Prophet, he's getting all the solo XP on the top, so we'll get that level 6 faster. It's one of the strongest, if not the strongest, level 6 in the game. You know, you have like global Laguna Blade.
Basically. Yeah, it's an insane amount of damage. You get the bounces right. Bottom lane, Minos and MJZ. They're old 11. 11 does have the swashbuckle here. He's going to go very, very deep, hiding away. TP back to the lane. Pressured away over towards the river. They have stolen moves. They're actually going to be able to find DY wandering up. Another kill for Thunder Predator. They don't miss out on any of these opportunities. You've got to be very careful walking around the map when Moose is on the prowl.
This game's gonna be hard for Vici Gaming. They don't have the heroes that can like easily rotate. They need their levels on the supports. Nyx Assassin to B6 for the efficient ganking. They need Pangolier. Like Juggernaut, he does not want to join fights. Neither does Shadowfiend. Most of the time he just wants to push the lane, farm the jungle. It's gonna be a lot on 11's shoulder this game, but this time around, he has one of the best counters playing into Rupture.
Look at this! They try and go on moves, but Frank's over with the TP, and they're ready to try and turn this Thunder Predator. Straight away, there's 4 heroes here on Thunder Predator.
John
has like moves, finally gets taken out, but PYW's had to step all the way down. This over to the side, comes out, but he's tanked by the Treants. The Rupture's out, and Thunder Predator, they turn, run over towards PYW, take down the Shaman, and now Minos, he can go for Yo-Yo. They'll be able to finish at the double kill for the Bloodseeker. The tips are
They
out.
are ready, like, I like the sinking with the tip, almost at the same second. Frank did a very good job, you know, tanking that Omni Slash, then going back to the Treants, sharing the damage, actually manages to get out.
Yeah.
They also dealt some damage on the tier 1 tower on the mid.
Frank, he tank, he gank, he puts the money in the bank. They're going to get a big payoff, you'd imagine, as this is the sort of performance that's going to drive a team far into the tournament.
Also probably top 10 in South America's rank.
Yeah.
And now on the top lane,
Like it.
going for that tower. They spread them so nicely. Like, you have this global presence coming out from the Nature's Prophet, so if you outnumber them, you have the advantage coming out with this global presence, and then you are getting the most out of the map. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Bloodseeker continues to farm. Pretty standard stuff. Phase Boots going into Maelstrom to be able to deal more damage. It just feels good to have.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting, you know, for the Battle Fury.
Oh, Bloodseeker. Oh,
have you ever done that?
See, I love the Battle Fury, but just not on a Bloodseeker. It's a little too far. It's a little too far. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen any of the pros ever try it. Actually, I'm sure someone probably did in one of the games, but it can't. It can't be good. Maelstrom, yeah, it's a beautiful one. The one that I never see, but I do sometimes hope to see, is turning that Maelstrom into a Gleipnir. You know, wouldn't that be amazing?
It really would. It really would. I've seen Nature's Prophet. I believe it was Fate Beyond.
Have we seen any Gleipnirs this tournament? Have you seen any Gleipnirs?
Not this tournament, but I've seen in Chinese region Fate Beyond when playing Nature's Prophet, when there was like key mobile heroes that are vulnerable to root, he actually got it. Like Maelstrom into Gleipnir doesn't sound too bad. Very situational, I would say.
Mid lane PYW. Quite sure what he was doing over here. It's Thunder. They'll take his life. Push coming in from Frank. Not be defended by Vici Gaming. Trying to get their fight. But with this pressure and speed that Thunder Predator's taking the objectives, Bloodseeker's just going to be so far ahead of the game. The Maelstrom already done on Minos here, pre-10 minutes on top of the phase boots.
Minos, look at his farm. No one is even close to him, and only 10 minutes into the game. Lion level 5, Earth Spirit level 4, getting some solo XP on the top. One of them will need to buy a book. Both of these heroes rely on getting that level 6. MJZ will not be able to pick it up.
Is under attack.
Money changes hands.
What are we getting from Poyoyo this game? The Ring of Health queued up.
What could it possibly be with the Ring of Health?
Loads his first time.
Like a drunk sailor.
Shadowfiend going into Yule Scepter. Seen different builds from Ori. Like I've seen a Shadow Blade, I've seen straight up through, you know, Dragonlance into BKB, sometimes naked, sometimes naked BKB, yeah?
That's definitely an unpopular one. You see a lot of Dragonlances nowadays.
Have you seen a lot of Shadow Blade Shadow Fiends?
No. Oh, well, there you go. I guess, yeah, you know, a man of sort of the unique builds. And as you say, definitely been working for the most part. He's going to have special this game though. It's
Radiant's bottom
the Predator
faces a
only off with the hottest start here.
Radiant fortified their structures.
So if they want to try and defend this bottom tower. Ori and Old Lemon start to push in. They're bringing the TPs over. Moose, he's going to start things. There's an early red bit protected by Ori. He's put to a stop. He's into the sides. He's stuck the fingers underneath the tower. Ori's dead. They've lost Old 11. They're going to lose PYW as well. As D-White's heading over, he'll offer up a stop.
Nice
the safety for PYW to get out. Leo Style's going to try and chase on further with the Remnants, jumps in over the walls, D-White, but he's out of mana. Won't have any further catch for the next assassin. I mean, Vici Gaming, they try and poke at the tower, but Thunder Predators just instantly in with the defense.
The place for Shadowfiend to be at. Like, he does not have a Yule Scepter. I don't know. I would like to give you an answer, but I don't have one. I only have memes ready.
I mean, I feel like in any sort of game, and especially a game where you've seen the way that Thunder Predator's playing, to go up and start hitting that tower, especially as close as he was, right? Because he sort of positioned himself between the tower and the tree line.
Panga was scouting things out in the jungle to see if anyone is there. He did not manage to see Earth Spirit, so maybe they were not ready for that. And you can see 11. He's used to not play against any of the counters. Rupture used, he keeps rolling and just straight up dies.
He's got to be prepared for Minos to be looking out for him every single team fight. The push coming in here from Frank MJZ from the sidelines. Open up with the Hex, but now the Lemon's going to come charging straight towards him. The roll
nice
kick. Oh my goodness, Moose. I mean, I've never ever seen a player as happy as MJZ there to get kicked. As he's saved by the Spirit, and now they're ready to come flying straight back in Thunder Predator. Stun out as the DY, he's gone. The Silence is going to be on a PYW. Minos just comes swinging by. They go over into the trees. Old Lemon's got to run.
Usually when we see players getting kicked, we do not see them in action anymore. But Lion comes back, uses a stun. That was such nicely done by Moose. They will also get the tower after this. Looks like he wants to get the last hit, but Frank gets it. And for the memes as well, Frank the tank.
Yep.
Guess what his item build is going to be?
What have we got?
We got Mech, we got Hood.
Hey, there he knows. Sticking to his true nature here, Frank. I like it. 0-4, he's going to be keeping the team alive. Coming in with that beautiful burst heal. Also, just a very hard hero to now really go on. Now, Vici Gaming do want to try and hunt down Frank. They're going to have to bring quite a few to take him down.
Smoke from Thunder Predator. They're chasing, they're trying to make stuff happen B-wise.
There we go, Leo Starley found the only move, straight in with the silence, right down the follow start, move with the finger! MJZ blows him up, and DY is going to be sure to follow.
They're just playing so quickly, like they're not giving any opportunity for Vici Gaming. Shadowfiend's game's done. He has 6,000 effort, has more than Ember Spirit, but it's still a you know, and this type of a build, I felt like deciding, you know, what should I have gone for more right click, because usually we don't see power treads when there's like Yule Scepter build-up on a Shadowfiend. Now he's going straight into BKB, definitely needs a BKB against all these stuns, silences, control coming out from the Thunder Predator.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to imagine that Vici just felt that they were going to have a lot of easier of a time in the laning stage with this SF. You know, the pick it last. But as we saw Thunder Predator, those early movements from moves on the Earth Spirit just stopped that matchup from going as much as in favor as Ori kind of needed it to. So he's now having to play from the back foot.
Proceeds with Radiant's top tower is under
Their
attack.
eyes on Yo here, Frank. 10 seconds until the Nature's Wrath. A bit of time until MJZ has the finger back up. 1400 towards his Blink Dagger.
Nature's Prophet is so tanky. Frank the tank.
It's hard to go on.
Yep. Item build is dank.
Yeah.
Rat of Nature coming to the bottom lane. Once again, Moose is setting things up with the Earth Spirit. Has Veil of Discord available, but needs to use the Courier. Vici Gaming so far did not manage to take a single tower 15 minutes in.
Gonna drop the wards for this. That shouldn't do it. Over to the sun. They've got onto Leo Style. Is there going to be any sort of save? For the side move comes in with the silence. He's able to put a stop to the ultimate. Jump over the right off the Requiem. Leo Style just goes straight in the midst of it all. Leo Style still alive. They've lost two. Vici Gaming Beatles takes down a third. Over to D1 to go. The stun spark up from SJZ is 4 dead on Vici Gaming as nobody dies on Thunder Predator. Again, Moose just saving everyone. Comes in with this silence. Leo Style, he's getting fully focused by the 4 of them. He's free to jump. They try with the Requiem, but the movement with the Remnant, they just can't catch him at all. It's
How is this team
17-2.
so good? Like this, they're playing perfect Dota pretty much. Like stations, they lost the tower. We're gonna see that one again. Now, Pango does not get to play Dota against the Bloodseeker, unfortunately. Like, you cannot itemize no matter what you get. You could get a Yule Scepter, buy some time, possibly, but, like, they cast Rupture on you, you're dead. You can try to stand your own ground, buy some time, but, yeah, eventually you end up dying.
Top lane. The action ain't gonna stop yet. There's Thunder Predator. Hunting. I'm gonna try and set things up on a Poyo-Yo over to the side.
There's the mech.
Coming out to try and go onto the Nixon Assassin. Now they'll turn over towards the Jug. They get the stun into the finger. Poyo-Yo's getting low. We get the healing ward and the Blade Fury off. Tries to run Leo Style, trying to charge in. Charges straight into the middle of the wall. Now he's going to try to get the slight change. He's bringing them low. The healing ward is keeping the 3 of them alive, but they have to hide underneath the tier 2
They
now.
can't hide. They cut down the trees. They can see them.
Stuff from the side. I mean, Thunder Predator just poking at them underneath the tier 2. Now this Omni Slash comes out over towards Minos and Frank. Frank getting low. He's trying to run. PYW comes round the edge. Will catch him out. They take down 2. Finally, Vici Gaming able to punch back a little bit here. They turn over towards Minos, but again, MJZ turns the stun onto the 2 of them. Minos get his way out of this. He's trying to hide in the trees, but they've got him cornered. The Serpent Wards, the Blade Fury's out. Vici Gaming strike back.
Yule Scepter not available. I do not think they can get this one, but the nice move from Vici Gaming. You know, they used the Rupture, instant healing ward by the Juggernaut to keep him alive. Tried to hide inside the trees. I talked about how you can't itemize differently the Lincoln Sphere on Pang. And, you know, the experienced Pangolier players, they know. So I like what I see from 11, getting Maelstrom so that he can have some damage.
Predator giving him space. It's top Frank after the full pipe and the mech. He's going to be getting the Vanguard.
Going into Crimson Guard.
Location.
Just getting every single aura that he possibly can to allow and provide for his team. The go for this aggression that they've been executing up until that last team fight very, very well.
Inside the Roche pit, they don't have, the best Roche taking lineup. Bloodseeker deals some good right-click damage. They don't have minus armor at all, but it's not being contested. It's gonna take a bit longer than usual.
And it's safe. Always with the Nature's Prophet and the Treants. Nobody's going to be taking any damage. They'll take this. We're scanned out by Vici Gaming, but Vici Gaming just not opting at all to try and contest the Roche. Just preferring to sort of sit back and wait on Poyoyo to be able to find the farm as the judge. He's still up there, level with that of Minos. 16 as well. Just having a good game of farm. The question is it going to be enough? Can this jug carry against the line of the Thunder Predator?
Now they cannot stop him. He always has that Blade Fury TP out. They have no abilities that go through magic immunity. Rupture is there, but it does not stop the TP.
Leo style, and with the Orchid. That should be an easy solo kill here as he slowly burns down DY.
The lesson was run.
Thunder Predator. Very innovative with the items. Leo style, that Orchid really paying off against the Nyx Assassin Juggernaut. Kind of forced to go into Manta style. Usually we see those SNYs for the status resistance, but needs to get rid of the silences.
Yeah, big fan of this. Fits the sort of aggression that Leo style's playing with. And yeah, it's an excellent item for just keeping him out on the map. Not having to waste the TPs to reset and jump back out with Remnants to get the mana refill. You're moving around the map with that extra the 8.9 mana regen. It's just very nice to just constantly play into the face of the enemy.
BYW getting caught inside the trees. They're making multiple moves.
They are. They get the finger up onto World 11. They take down the two of them around the tier 2 tower. Wave pushing in. He can look to try and take this. There won't be any defense for Vici Gaming with two of them down. No sort of fight that they can put together to hold this.
Can't handle this daily.
Meanwhile, 21 minutes in, the Predators continue to be able to defend the mid tower. Just only losing that one tier 1 so far, whilst taking already 4 towers away from Vici Gaming.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
DY so poor, and this Nyx Assassin does not have a single item, even though it looks like he's 6 slotted.
Middle tower is
7 slotted.
7 slotted.
Yeah.
8 if you include the neutral.
9 if you include a TP. Now we should just stop.
Yeah, I was trying to see how further we could go. I was going to do some maths and be like, well, there's 16 if you include the stacks.
Now we've already shown our math skills.
Yes, no, we'll stick with single digits.
the seeds of
People were pretty impressed. I got a couple of messages saying like you should do that more often. Like make your own stream, just count to 10, count from 10 to backwards.
I got contacted by University of Cambridge. They wanted to offer me an honorary degree. Turned it down.
I like how humble you are.
I accepted the one from Oxford though.
Back to the game. Lion has a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier to initiate. Hax is maxed out. They can get a good jump, especially on the Juggernaut. Like, this is something that he does not like to play into. Would love to split push, especially because they have no abilities that go through Magic Immunity until Bloodseeker finishes, his Basher / Abyssal Blade.
Radiant structures are
Working on
fortified.
it now, Minos. Predator calming things down a little bit. I mean, for the duration of this Aegis, looking to push the limits of it too much. They're only going to have a minute and a half left on it. Lane.
Have the spike
BYW finding the chance to take another tower.
Radiant's top tower.
Wards.
Radiant's
Get
top
it, no contest. Bottom lane, Minos will start pushing the tier 2 tower. Old 11 watching from the tree line.
Dire's bottom tower is about to
Vici Gaming want to try and fight this though. Still about under a minute on that Aegis. Minos. Target to tackle. They can try and time something as it does
structures can't be
begin
breached.
to expire.
I could.
50 seconds left. They do not want to fully commit. Frankie, the tanky, is on the other side of the map, working towards that Crimson Guard. Like, he has the holy trinity of the items.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Doesn't get better than this.
Does he continue with the tank build after the Crimson? We're going to see like an AC Shivas.
AC. Yeah. That damage is physical.
Won't last long.
Juggernaut minus armor coming out from the Shadow Fiend.
Dire's bottom tower has
Pangolier
fallen.
minus armor. Like this time around, you know, all 11 didn't even go, didn't finish that. Orb of Corrosion.
Top lane, PYW's had a lot of time that it's been sort of left to push on here, and he's actually going to get away with it as well. Not able to catch him and cancel the TP, so PYW got quite a few levels and a bit of gold at this time that he's able to spend pushing that out over in the jungle. Ori getting gone on, he's having to put the BKB. MJZ's able to step away from him. Ori's got to be careful as he has been ruptured. MJZ turns with a Hex onto World 11. Poyoyo, PYW will surround him. They'll bring down the Lion back over towards the SF though. The BKB comes to an end and they'll take him out. Old 11, he's getting a good rolling thunder over the Orb, but the blood rides down. Poyoyo's been silenced. Jump forward for the Remnant. Leo Star trying to start off the Nyx assassin, but he's out of mana. Leo Star has to be careful. Watch the stick shot from MJZ with the buyback. Has the finger to pull him through. Oh, it is big. It takes out both Leo Style and Moose. So a bit of a clean up there by Poyoyo.
Juggernaut with the big Omni Slash in the end. He's super high level, like he's the Bloodseeker. Rupture on a Shadowfin. Shadowfin does not even pop the ulti, but we can see if Rupture is not used on the Pangolier, what he can do. He's also level 15, so plus 3 extra seconds on the Rolling Thunder duration. Getting very close to the Lincoln Sphere, just needs 50 gold, and then it's going to be much easier for him to actually play. He can also use that as a defensive tool on his allies, possibly for the initiation with the Lion's Blink Dagger. Shaman also picking up a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier for him. Has Lens, has Keen Optic, and once he gets to that level 15, the extra cast range is just going to be brutal.
We'll see if Poyoyo can find more opportunities like he just did in that last fight. Much a perfect Omni Slash. 3 members Thunder Predator.
Yeah, they were stacking
as much as they were. Yeah,
cleave damage.
Every hit, yeah. It's not to all of them. One lane PYW. He's out with a TP and again the roll off the mark. Get away with it. Over the chase of Leo Style. Even look at it. He knows he's done enough there with the soul burn to do its work.
I like how Frank is keeping the casual infused raindrop 26 minutes in.
He's so beefy. He has died the once this game, but honestly, this sort of build, it just takes a lot to get through.
Dire's middle
I've
tower
seen
is under attack.
people buying Raindrop later on when they're playing like against the Yule Scepter, if they have a Blink Dagger, so they can just blink out. You don't take the damage.
There we go. JZ, he's got the setup up to Old 11. Old 11, he's going to get taken down. Another finger here from MJZ as continues to stack up the buff. Got 5 Finger of Death kills so far, this Lion.
Slowly stacking the damage, but if they keep playing like that, you know, Veil of Discord, this Lion is going to become a huge problem. Also remember, Juggernaut does not have a status resistance. He can also get easily rid of those illusions from the Juggernaut, mana drain, Hex if needed.
Vici Gaming, what's the move from them? Nope. Yet to really be able to have a fight where Ori's been able to have too much of an impact. Sort of the slowdown he had early on. It's been a very hard game for him to recover in as an SF.
Yeah, his build kind of reminds me when I was younger. You know, as a kid, you go to the store, you don't have the money to buy everything, but you want all of that, so you kind of like, yeah, I'll take this candy and I'll take this soda, but I also want a toy, but you don't have enough, so you have to choose.
Oh, hello, Frank. I mean, Frank's gone in. He's feeling tanky. And they're going to blow the Requiem for Frank, and Frank's gone. See if they can get out now, Vici Gaming, as PYW, he will get caught on the escape. Get the opening, they'll find a trade. It's a core down, and Vici Gaming also having the space to start pushing on mid with Poyoyo. Frank, he's got to be a little careful, I guess. As tanky as he is, when he gets in a bit too aggressive. DY, that's the threat. Minos, but Minos with an instant BKB, and he's got the basher going. DY won't manage to make it out. And Minos maybe seeing if he can chase for more as they're looking for Poyoyo. Intercepting style available. That's got the man to turn things around. It's going to come out with the first slash. Here with the Omni. So the Warp Speed isn't enough damage. Old 11 getting a good angle from Rolling Stone. Kick over to the side. Moves, trying to separate Minos, but they can chase it down.
Dropping low.
The playthrough TP did get out in time. It comes to an end. They're able to change him. MJZ turns for the stun. Have they got enough fire to bring down the judge? He's getting what they do. MJZ has the finger ready to fire off again. And they burst through Poyoyo.
Can he get it? Roll. Swashbuckle is ready. Let's see.
Oh, he missed.
He missed.
Oh, Frank's in. Frank's in with the backup. Has he got Megor Crimson? What's he got? Both on cooldown. It wasn't needed anyway. Moose able to roll out to the side. Now they'll take out Old 11 as Moose just rolling on them haters.
There was no Shadowfin. I think Shadowfin needs to be there just with the aura to be able to, you know, give some extra damage for the Juggernaut, who's pretty much the main source of the damage right now. Pangolier buying a Blink Dagger. You know, he's still gonna be the problem rolling in.
Leo style. He's just jumped into the whole team pretty much. Well, the three of them at least. X comes out from PYW. He needs help. He needs it now. He's not going to get it.
Doesn't
a little
even
too
need to use
aggressive
it
there from Leo style.
This is gonna be a big problem. Like if PYW is standing in the right place, like if his positioning is good, especially with the Blink Dagger, it's gotta be problematic. Like they need to be able to jump him.
We'll see it again on the replay. It's the control, the turnaround. MJZ once again doing it with his finger. I believe only just had the mana to do so, was waiting for it. Gets it out in time. And that chase here moves. Old 11 goes for a swash and a buckle. Ends up just buckling under the pressure.
It was a hard one to hit, you know. Even 11 couldn't hit it. Next assassin. Still pretending that he's 6 slotted, keeping the clarities, keeping the smoke. He's not having a good time.
So what they can do with this smoke? PYW can get the jump. Blink and the ether lens moves on the watch out.
They know.
Nice
bait by the illusion.
Bait. They won't fall for it though. It's not dispelling the smoke. Poyoyo knows.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's top
Gonna fall for that.
is under attack.
Vici Gaming set up some good vision. Let's see if it gets deported. 2 Sentry Wards available on MJZ.
Here we go. Tackle out from PYW over to the side and found DY finger. From the Lion. Takes it down and now over towards the Roshan. They're seeing if they can get the catch, but they're out up to the high ground. Vici Gaming.
Dire's bottom tower is under
In the
attack.
distance, the 4v5. They've got to be cautious whilst DY is down. Well, bottom lane, pressure being put on by the tree and push off.
Is
Frank.
about to flounder.
Still does not have a shard. I would love for him to pick it up so that they can't get out of the sprout, and he deals so well with getting more damage on the tower with the split push. Just gonna go all in. Trying to take the Roshan.
If Vici Gaming getting in time, we're gonna have another smoke from them. They're heading in the direction. Can they get here in time? It's Roche. Hey, it's not going down quite quick enough for Thunder Predator. They step out of the pit. Old 11. Chance to get in, moves. They set himself up in the trees, but they see him. Hangs it out. Leo Star jumps with the BKB straight over towards the backline. The BKB coming out from Ori. Mino trying to stay on top of the SF, not getting any sort of chance for Ori to challenge the Red Grip. They turn for the side, Tobo wants to jump into the head. One comes out, but he never goes with the Master Star. Red Grip comes down, quick moves to the side. The Omni Slash comes down to the but it's a big play from Poyoyo. He's done the damage. Curves towards Frank. Frank goes down. The Leo Star's in. They're falling over the Red Grip, but they turn the stone controls there onto Leo Star. Leo Star's out.
That's a full team wipe, and the 2 buybacks are gonna get more. PYW actually controlling everything.
Now with the jump up, they've found their heads. They've locked down another, and they're going to be able to get 7 kills back to back, 8 kills in fact. A team wipe plus 3 on top.
That is so huge. This is why I said, you know, PYW, his positioning needs to be good. Poyoyo once again gets that big Omni Slash. They were stacking healing ward on top of that. Man, PYW Shadow Shaman has been amazing. Not just this game, but throughout this whole first season of the Chinese region. And most of the time, like, it was banned out when it was available. It was picked, and he shows why.
Now we'll see it again, this fight. The way it started, Poyo-Yo, they're trying to throw everything at him here. Not quite able to stop him. I believe the Lincolns was popped down onto him.
Also that control by Pangolier also shows why 11 is probably the best Pango player in the world.
And they get low to sort of the magnetizing, the final bit of damage from the slight of Leostar, but it's not enough. And then at that point, it's just Thunder Predator hemorrhaging lives. One after another, 8 in a row.
They're a bit low on the damage right now, because Nature's Prophet went all in on the tank. Ember Spirit also like Blink Dagger, and he wants to get E-Blade, possibly to save people from the Omni.
We'll see what they can get done here. Vici Gaming, can they get the racks? After that last fight. Oh, in fact, they're going in on 11. He's having another tier 4. Poyo's in with the suicide. He's got the catch up to Leostar. Moose tries to roll over the house.
This might be it.
And Vici Gaming.
There it is. Double G's drop.
It's pulled.
What a comeback.
I mean, it was pretty much 31 to 13, I think, going into just before that Roshan. And then suddenly, I mean, Vici Gaming were never that far behind on the goal.
They were not, but it felt like Thunder Predator were in control. That dive on the top tier 2 tower kind of gave them a momentum. They lost the momentum, gave opportunity to Vici Gaming. Great itemization, you know, Shadow Shaman once again, they leave this Pangolier. Love the Lincoln Sphere on the 11 to be able to deal with the Blood.
Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Like a drunk sailor.
这猴子幻象直接出来一个裸体大阵。我们找到这边帕克落地接毛没问题，直接带走这一波 Nothing to say， 这毛漂亮。大牛又是一个大招，不知道挣了什么东西。 人滚滚上前一个戳空。哎呀，后续怎么说？少一个人 ，QC 还想打吗？不是很好打呀，这剑圣还在出什么？出强袭，出强袭没用呀，要出啊！他是觉得自己这把怎么都斩不死人了吗？他还准备一个撑肉，让谜团拉大。输出。怎么说？有分身，有转，插了个棒子，还行。
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
看一下 AME 是后续出大炮还是？直接被带走。这边大牛吹风之后准备做微光，马尔斯还是准备做暗灭。大圣小云锤也有了，然后还有个致灭，致灭的话对大圣来说也是非常不错的道具。 这边 CCNC 的巴克也是有了盘子，能保命。
Dire's courier has been.
谜团也有 BKB 了，下一波。
Dire have the spyglass ahead. Draw a line
这
to
个毁灭灵
Radiant's
球，大
middle
圣直接带
tower.
上毁灭灵球，毁灭灵球对大圣来说也是个吃点，它能够让大招里面的每一个猴子猴孙都有25%的减速，还有减护甲。我两边都是一个开雾的状态，这小鹿要破雾吗？还是滚滚默默破雾了？破雾第一瞬间开启绿障。 减速加这边的大牛，大牛怎么说？大牛还有吹风能够口一下。帕克要留人吗？上来拨了一手，直接往回跳，不敢上。这边直接打盾，LGD。点灯先破了一下肉山的凌晨。这边大圣直接开大拿盾，这样的话明团就不敢跳起来。直接顶上，天杀这边的夺点。 车没开到，直接阵亡，大圣这边拿到盾，后续怎么说？这边这个剑圣回头大招斩死了大鱼人，但是自己被马尔斯跳过来一光接一毛带走。那这样的话，这波还是 LGD 一个血赚，拿了盾又杀了对面的大哥。这个大圣开着大招，这个时候谜团是不敢拉大的，好吧？谜团是不可能跳进去拉大，谜团跳进去拉大。 哪怕你大招能拉完，自己也会被大圣给打死，被大圣的猴子猴孙给打死。这就是大圣打谜团，只要大圣先开出大招来，谜团就没有用。不管你谜团什么装备，你都不敢进来拉我大圣。
Radiant's middle tower can't handle this deluge.
Right now on PSG LGD, with that kill, it's gonna net them the nothing to say.
Now on the strike, Quinn's gonna get caught. No extra chain lockdown, but they might be able to bring a BKB on Quinn for another 10 seconds. Quinn actually jaunts forward. Quinn, coil up in 5 seconds. They're gonna be careful, Dire. They don't have the outpost control, so they can't TP in from Slaughter. But nothing to say sweeping on over from mid to bot. He might be able to catch out the retreat here. Positioning from Quincy, you gotta be careful. The jump on fully, but Corn's gonna get broken. Actually, no, the monkey kick. He gets it. How's the health coming back? Arme healed back up thanks to the cheese. And now he stands his ground. The puck down for 60 seconds. Aloe's gonna get caught out here as that'll be 2 on the deck. The quick cheese from Arme. Wow, what a timing.
Amazing utilization of all these spells in the team fight. Pops the cheese, like you mentioned, and Puck gets caught out once. Aeon Disc was only completed.
Dire's turn to pick.
就是他这个土猫家把那个就是对手踢出他那个梦境缠绕的说法嘛。
Here's the Radiant ban.
I looked up before this series is like, okay, you know what? These two before the series, they're fairly similar playstyle, so I thought, okay, highly contested heroes, Puck and Void Spirit, because both of them play a lot of them. They were ignored previous game, just completely ignored.
10 seconds.
Too obvious.
Too obvious.
Everyone would see it coming.
Oh, we do have a draft also, and we have a Puck this time around on the side of Thunder Predator, and they ban out the Void Spirit. Obviously, a good counter to the Puck, or good laner versus the Puck anyway.
Is this their second solution to Pango? Ag's Puck? Is this the plan now?
But they're still letting it through.
I know, right? Well, like it seems Thunder Predator only win one game, correct? To lock themselves into upper
Correct.
bracket. Okay, so there's still some stakes on the line here, but they have another series after this, so they can drop the Vici series. They just need one win off their LGD series.
And even if they would lose all their games, I think they're not. Like there would be tiebreakers instead of straight to the lower bracket. So.
Okay, but, I mean, then if that's their plan, because I think that is the #1 ban for Vici Gaming is Pango.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of teams can play Pango, maybe not as well as Old 11 does, but if you're trying to test your limits, then sure, let it through.
Radiant's turn to
And
bat.
it's, I mean, part of it I think is that he plays Pengo incredibly well, better than probably other Pengo plays, but it's just the difference between his Pengo and his next best offlaners is big.
Yes.
Like, it is, Vici Gaming will first to pick this hero every single draft of the tournament if it's in the...
But I'm down for more experimentation. Yeah, so I think one solution is Axe Coil is versus the Dream Coil. I mean,
5
versus the
seconds
Rolling
remaining.
Thunder. And Puck is just a good hero right now, so why not? And then if you're looking for mid lane responses from Ori, we saw the DK be proved to be pretty successful against the Puck, although I don't really feel like that's a very Ori hero. Especially after a Game 1 SF, him getting trashed like that, I'm sure he wants redemption.
Dire
I can tell you the heroes that he's played.
Tell me.
It's not a lot. Wind Ranger is one of them. He's only played one game of that. It was the first series of the tournament.
Don't think that's
I
gonna
figured
happen.
I'd mention it anyway.
Worthwhile.
Remember that. game, yeah.
Storm, Lash, Queen of Pain, Death, Throats is banned, Ember and Kuka.
Queen of Pain, White Album has been impressing me on Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Not a great matchup versus Puck mid.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
No bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah, mid options are pretty limited when you've given away Puck and lost both spirit counters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ember also
It's just-
banned.
I mean, he could
Surprise
storm, I
me.
guess, but
Yeah, I feel like you're more likely to see the DK come out as much as, you know, it's not that maybe flashy Ori hero.
yeah.
How about an SF, guys?
Round 2. It worked in game 1? Can we say it?
Sure, sure.
it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
They got the win.
Despite him.
I'm just salty SF won a game. I just like seeing cocky mid players lose on that hero.
I am reminded of the TA versus Puck matchup used to be decent.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've had, I think, only
Dire's
one
turn
TA. It
to
was actually
hit.
played by Leo Style. They won. Against Aster.
Was that into Puck, do you know?
I do not know
Okay.
straight away, but
Sorry.
if you give me a second, I might. Yes, I will know soon.
Weaver gets banned out. Wraith King. I'm surprised Thunder Predator keeps banning their own Wraith King.
Yeah, they've been solid on it. I don't think
Yeah.
they've dropped a game with Wraith King.
It's their go-to. South America's go-to.
5 seconds
I don't think you want to play
remaining.
into Pengo. Pengo just instantly clears all the skeletons.
yeah, that's true.
Although Pengo's just in general a hard offlaner to kind of pick most carries into. The disarm can be really pesky. Jug is the one that stands out to me because you can always spin. You've got the Omni Slash against Pengo as well.
Yeah, Weaver would have been good, but it gets banned out. TB still available.
Radiant's
Yeah, I don't mind
turn
TB
to
because in the
pitch.
meta you can just kill his Rolling Thunder a lot of the time.
Exactly.
You don't really feel safe rolling into a
spicy.
TB if you
And
can just
whenever
be
he's
KB meta.
not in Rolling Thunder, being able to Reflection Pengo can be super irritating for him.
Yeah.
There was a Puck in the TA game, which was probably played mid.
10 seconds.
We'll see if Ori wants to try that one.
5 seconds remaining.
Too early to tell.
Yeah, I think you pick the Minos hero now. I don't want them to get into this Bloodseeker situation where they have to face even more bans and need like a contingency carry. TB, Phantom Assassin I think would struggle against Pengo quite a bit. Jug would be fun.
Jug or TB at least seem to stand out to me. They may want to get their support first and just fourth pick the TB, but definitely if you're facing bans, you're gonna you need to pick the Minos area the third or fourth here.
Yeah.
I guess the worry is Vici Gaming may
Dire's
understand which
turn
carries
to
they want to play against Pengo
Oracle.
and could see that ban, but now Oracle coming out
Hmm.
does open the door for some interesting combos. Oracle Husker, the Liquid combo, not one I'm a big fan of right now, but I like the Oracle Leshrac we've seen quite a bit of. Has looked good. We
Man,
could
you-
see an offline Lesh.
I just noticed. I was not banned at
No.
all.
I think he was
5
ignored in the
seconds
previous game as well.
remaining.
What?
Yeah. Ignored.
These teams aren't. It's like you know, as has always been the case. Some teams just aren't IO teams. I think. Like
Vici hasn't played IO at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And neither has Thunder Predator. They don't care.
Yeah. I remember we talked about it a bit with like when Quincy Crew are playing. They're never going to pick IO. I don't think. It's just
Yeah.
not a hero. Maybe with Pelosa, maybe he's an IO player. But it's those NA teams never played support IO. They don't rate it and carry unless they've been secretly scrimming with carry IO.
Which
I
you
don't-
better be if you've been seeing the first 3 days
Yeah.
of this tournament.
It does put you at a disadvantage because I think for teams like Vici, Thunder Predator,
Radiant's
Quincy,
turn
they're
to
going to have to
Yeah, you have
ban
an extra
IO.
ban every single
Yeah,
time.
exactly. It forces them to have an extra ban.
They do end up picking the last remaining spirit versus the puck.
Sorry, I'm not playing no DK, he says. Look at that. The Oracle parent. Or maybe they just pick the carry here they want to TV with.
Yeah, because we want to have a little bit of a better late game
5 seconds remaining.
hero, late game carry than we did previously. We saw the Bloodseeker, of course, which is now banned.
You know, kind of as an anti-mage game. I feel like that's actually a carry that's okay-ish for Spengo.
Yeah.
You burn his mana pool, you're fine versus... I mean, against all 4 of these heroes, AM feels good. And the AM's this tournament I think it's been like 50-50. I've seen it win a few.
100% for Thunder Predator, though. They played it once against Alliance, so I'm not sure how much that says. But wouldn't you say that compared to the way that they play, isn't anti-mage a little too slow?
Yeah, a little bit. I think if they had 4 other heroes that could constantly fight, I'm not sure if Oracle's support is that, but or Spirit Puck could.
Yeah.
Probably depends what offlaner they get. But...
Yeah. I say Jug.
Get the spin to click
Here's
the egg.
Radiant
Nick's Assassin's not that big of an issue. They go for the bear, though. The Ursa.
He is up there, and we've seen this
I see Pango players like the Pango Ursa matchup, and I see Ursa players like the Ursa Pango matchup, and I don't know which one is true or not.
They played Ursa twice this tournament so far. I mean, I could keep saying it. They won both, but they won most of their games. So it's very easy to say that they won
the
everything.
heroes that they lost on, and then not
short
suggest those
list.
anymore.
Radiant's turn
But
to
10
bat.
heroes total.
They lost with Oracle.
Yeah,
They did lose with Oracle, I remember seeing.
Yeah, that was against Neon. They lost with the... I mean, that Wraith, Void Spirit, Tide, Enigma, Oracle, if you're curious.
Yes.
One of the rare Enigma losses. I believe Enigma has won a lot of games in Singapore. 0% win rate Dire. That is Liquid right there. And 100% win rate Radiant for the Ursa.
I'm not really convinced by the Ursa.
I think the idea is against Phoenix, I feel like I've seen this Ursa come out a couple of times as having a somewhat reliable egg hitter. And like
they
you said,
ban out Troll. Why didn't they pick Troll? I would have preferred Troll Oracle.
True.
By the way, I lied. I am happy you guys don't say anything bad about me lying, but the Enigma has not been doing that well. It's below 50% win rate. Nobody noticed.
Could have fooled me.
I figured it informed the public that I'm wrong.
It may be
Sometimes as
below
well
50%, but it has been doing well because it's been very influential
Give me
over a lot of big
the
games.
mainstream statistics.
Liquid won against they won against Mega Creeps with the hero. You
That's
know?
true. That counts for 5 games.
That is true. If you're gonna count like that. And a math right there. Sorry. I should not be bashing on a name when I'm doing actually so much better than you.
Not in the tiebreakers right now. Last man, Darkseer. I guess they had the Oracle on their own.
Night Stalker.
There's a Night Stalker.
Ooh, I like that.
Love it.
It's looking spicy.
Aggressive. I mean, there we go. They are going to be sticking to their Thunder Predator playstyle. And with a slightly better scaling carry to back it up, I assume we're going to be seeing that Battle Fury Ursa build that has been the go-to in the NASA region. Gives you some late game assurance, and game we'll see what they're just looking for a carry here, I assume.
That is the 100th hero being played at this tournament. This is going to be the first Night Stalker that you're going to see in the Singapore Major.
Oh, wow.
It's been banned, I remember.
Yes, it has been banned at least once. But not so 100 heroes now out of the 119 Tsunami? 119?
Yeah. I think
Pickables?
120th is
including Hoodwink. So 119 excluding Hoodwink.
What we got?
We got the Morph.
Hero.
Man, these are 2 really good drafts.
Ooh, looks like a pretty good Morph game. Probably going to see Puck Force go more magic build rather than the
right click.
I think you're going to see some like Bale, Dagon kind of stuff coming out. Yeah, I like both drafts a lot. I think it's a really good last pick Morph. Has a very good lane against the Night Stalker, but Thunder Predator, they've got their kind of their game style, their aggressive play.
I would like to know who you're gonna go with in terms of prediction, but I also like a quick recap on what we can expect in terms of early game and late game potential for the squads. But keep it brief. It's a lot of questions.
I'm gonna go with Thunder Predator. I'll start there. The Puck has looked really solid. I think it's gonna suit them for this aggressive play style. Moose once again playing his Earth Spirit. I think early game expect Thunder Predator once they get out of the lane stage to play fast tempo, look around, roam for kills, and Vici Game are gonna have to kind of for me, rely a bit more on their team fight to turn that around.
Old 11 got Pango. Short. I'm
There you
going
go.
Vici.
All right. I feel like Vici Gaming, they felt what the aggression of Thunder Predator was last game, and this time they're going to be better prepared for it than that game. And they won that game already, so I'm thinking they're going to go win this one as well. I am very curious to hear what our commentary team thinks about this, though. Odie Pixel Lacoste, what do you reckon?
Should I go first?
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
it's a Storm Spirit into Puck, into Night Stalker, so he should not have a good game, but it's also like Phoenix against Night Stalker. Like someone Predator, I would say.
All right. Well, Owen, you can save your words for a little bit because I'm just going to hand it all over to you as the game's begun. So enjoy this one.
需求程度不是很高，就是他们中软控这盘也是，你唯一的硬控是什么？帕克那个大招，就有一个这样比较
土毛，
对，剩下全部都是沉默型的这样一个技能效果。
对的对的。
这个阵容如果说拖到中期有 BKB 以后，显得会有一点点乏力。
对，
我看78老师有点意犹未尽。
This Night Stalker with that silence. Got something like the BKB, which you don't really want to get too early on the morph. That hard silence can really be an issue for you at night time.
Yeah, it's a long duration silence. Night Stalker is an extremely strong laner, not that strong against the Morphling, but he also doesn't care too much about the Nyx position 5, so, you know, he should do okay. I think he might be debated here a bit by Night Stalker, how strong he is, because, you know, we've been playing together for quite some time, and I've been spamming the Night Stalker, winning you a lot of the games, so you're like, yeah, this Night Stalker, man, he's a good hero.
We'll see. We'll see if Frank can do it. See what Frank's got ready to go this game.
It's like they are trying to scout things out, see if possible anyone switching the lanes. Frank just drawing a lot of lines near the top tier 2 tower. He has a ton of region, like with just one mango, 5.4 per second.
You say, you know, he does need it for the lane. But he's going to be able to punch into the Night Stalker a little bit. Trying to step up and CS. Some of these other matchups, I mean, as you said, the Storm down the line, sure that the Night Stalker silence is going to be an issue. I mean,
Definitely.
Overall, is it a hard game for the Storm outside of that? Or are they sort of good, easy
Once he gets
targets
like a must-have second item BKB type of a game, because you're playing into Puck, leash mechanic just completely destroys you. We might see, you know, Storm Spirit just having 3 to 5 deaths 15 minutes in.
Really?
Yeah, depends.
I mean,
how...
why do you think they went for it then?
Denied!
Like, you're playing also into the Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough. Like, there's one root mechanic from the Oracle on top of that.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of something positive, but it's a hard matchup.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see. Obviously, Ori's got something in mind. As you say, we're going to expect to see the BKB come out pretty soon in his build, probably as the second item. I mean, if he doesn't do that and he's able to get away with going greedy, that's going to be incredibly impressive, as it's definitely not going to be an easy game for Ori to make moves.
Yeah, I just don't see second item not being BKB in this game. Orchid to be able to deal with the Puck, kind of forcing Puck possibly to get a Yule set, but depending how, you know, this matchup goes, what the timings are, how much farm you're getting, are you getting any stacks. Also, silence is always going to be great against the Ursa, great against the Oracle to jump the back lines. BYW pretty much doing the same thing as he did as Shadow Shaman in the previous game, pulling the creep wave, trying to deny, but MJZ will follow him.
As you say, that is going to be nice if you can force the Puck to change his build-up, especially when we've seen like the Pucks get away with going for that Witchblade first. If they're able to do that, have so much damage when they're coming in with those ganks. Level 6 mid lane. Ori, he's just dead. Leo Star just straight up outplaying as Ori goes far too far over the river. And Leo Star's able to jump over and finish him off. That was
not even close.
No,
like,
that was just...
Puck is half HP, still has a Fairy Fire. Now he needs to come back to the lane, has one healing salve to work with, but you're also giving Puck possibly another point in Vanning Rift, which I would really like for him to pick up, to like be more aggressive. He just got a kill, he just got a bottle. Like, if he keeps playing aggressive, he might get another one.
No, Ori's got to be careful. You know, those sort of deaths like that in the 1v1, you don't see a lot of those really. That sort of mistake
Same
is pretty
move.
rare.
Again, from Moose. Earth Spirit smoked, but And Dyer, they're using the scan. Ori learned his lesson.
Minos.
Or did he?
What? Quite going to be able to get PYW.
It's like watching the same game as the game 1, but with a different heroes. Like exact same rotation. Nyx Assassin, after moves, makes a move on the mid lane. There he is, and the Night Stalker on the top lane. Like, you want him to get some solo XP. I've played this same exact matchup multiple times because people love to play, you know, morphling into the Night Stalker. He hits 3 times while you hit once. But then once there's a nighttime, you have another hero that comes to the top lane, you start putting the pressure. But this is very good that he's getting the solo XP. Earth Spirit, all you need to have is pretty much level 2 when the night falls.
DY trying to stop moves from being able to make any moves. Frank just holding the wave outside of the tower, making sure that he can continue to keep this held in a place where he can farm without the pressure of the morphling on top of him. 4-minute runes. Where's it going to be? It is going to be top. White come across and grab that. We'll have the regen taken off him immediately. Bottom lane. Farm for Minos so far, 17 for 2 against the 13 for 1. Not too much troubles at all. Just having that backup of MJZ, providing that safety to be able to keep farming, despite any pressure that Phoenix and the Pango can put onto them. Yeah, so
Bottle already done on old 11. They don't have anything for old 11. This might be the kill. Swashbuckle on cooldown, and 11 went for such a greedy route. Like, he decided to put another point in a lucky shot because he's playing against the Ursa. But Swashbuckle level 1, 20-second cooldown. It would still not make the difference here because it would not be available, but yeah, extremely greedy. Bounty runes are spawning.
Some nice little juice there for Leo Style as he plays around with DI. We'll make sure that DY can't get over.
Vici Gaming has a lot of Ys, DY, PY, while Thunder Predator, they have M and Z's, their nicknames.
Tower is under attack.
MJZ.
MNZ also. Minos.
That's it.
GG. Easy.
Yeah.
What we Dota players like to use after we're 20k gold down and then we win a game.
I hear the opponents love it when you type damage. Kind of satisfying them. Not playing. Far more Poyo-Yo. Continue.
Yeah, as expected. Like, Night Stalker is much stronger laner than people think, but certain matchups are just bad for the Night Stalker. He's still gonna get some CS, but you're giving away free farm to the enemy Night Stalker. Like, they need to make a rotation, possibly like Puck plus an Earth Spirit to get a kill. Now they'll just kill DY. Coil still available, so they could go on a Storm Spirit who's only level 5.
Very careful at this point, whilst he still hasn't quite got the ball lightning on.
Is drowning.
Yeah, we'll have it now. He's able to pull the creep wave back, gets himself to 6, and now a little less threat. Still has to be very wary of the coil opening. If Leo Styles sees an opportunity to slam it down on him, moves, waiting in the tree line.
Heroes that Vici Gaming can rotate are not the greatest. You know, it's a position 5 Nyx, level 2. And Phoenix level 4, like, it's a bit tricky. It's when you compare that to, let's say, Earth Spirit, who has a roll-in, even put a point in a silence. It's very uncommon, but playing against the Storm Spirit, so I guess that's why he decided to do it.
Top lane, Poyo-Yo. I mean, is there going to be any sort of move, do you think, from Thunder Predator to try and do something about Poyo-Yo at the moment? Because the amount of farm that
they
he's
need
getting
3
is
heroes to kill him. Yeah, because he's getting the solo XP. Attribute shift is maxed out. You can't just silence him long enough. Night Stalker keeping 2 points just in case he needs that silence, but doesn't even have that much mana to work with. Mango in the backpack. Usually Night Stalkers don't like to put an early point in silence.
Bottom lane. Not under too much pressure at the moment, as quite having the 6 on 11 Minos, he's going to be able to hit it before it. By the time the Rolling Thunder is ready, we'll have the Enrage. Top lane, to be made here onto Poyoyo, but he already got the shift off. Got the three of them though, and even with the built-up strength, they may just have no damage. Excellently done at the end of the Dream Coil to have that maximum amount of control. We'll finally be able to take Poyoyo out of that safe top lane that he's been getting free from.
Yeah, they got kill. I said they need 3 heroes to kill that Morphling. And Night Stalker even puts a second point in the Crippling Fear just to get that kill. Like the spell usage there was correct, you know, waiting with the silences, with the kick to break the coil. They did not overlap their abilities. Dive on the bottom lane, and it's gonna be an easy one. Pangolier, I would love to refill his bottle. Probably saying on the team speak right now, someone go die so I can, you know, get my bottle full.
Otherwise, he's going to have to take the trip back to base. See, well, he'll just TP back on 11. So nobody's going to die quite yet on the other lanes for Vici Gaming. Blind, maybe seeing if you can get a set up on mid. Zip's coming in over towards Moose. Instant silence from Moose. A very nice turn. Still going to try and take him down, but the backup there from Leo style. And now Ori, he's got to run.
Coil in 5. Not in time.
Just a great placement from Moose. He knew the exact spot that Ori would be coming out of the zip from. He gets that silence down before Ori can set up with the vortex.
Night Stalker queued up, but if you can get away with Hand of Midas, which I think he should just go for it, you know, he has a Bracer Magic Wand, he's not fighting, no need to go for those items. Yeah. He's getting very close to the Hand of Midas. Night Stalker talents are decent, you know, not the best ones, but he has good stats gain. And you want your spell maxed out, like that's pretty much the main part of it.
A minute brings up. Predator with the Triz down here, ready to try and fight here. Smooth goes in, there's the chance play there from Ori. Comes in, drags back M&Z, but Oldlem's already gone down. Osram is over onto Minos. Keep him alive, he's going to pop the enrage, trying to look towards Ori. Ori still has a bit of mana to play with. They need to the side, ready to get back in. Poyoyo's also headed over with the TP. Dream Coil holds back the ball. See if it's going to be enough to get Minos out of there. He's going to pop the Supernova, dragging him back with the Vortex. Going to hold Minos underneath the sun. Set up for Ori to pick up a second kill with that rotation.
It was a hard decision for Leo style. You know, they're making that needs like 100 gold to finish off Boots of Travel, and then, you know, he can join that fight. They didn't want to walk, but they definitely need Buck, because Night Stalker, it's a daytime. He could possibly pop Dark Ascension. He finished off that Hand of Midas, just needs to use the Courier. So yeah, they can't play that aggressive. Ursa does not want to fight. Like, Ursa right now should be in the jungle.
This is risky. He's deep down him. He's not got his own for 15 seconds. He needs help. They can't afford to let him go down here. Vici Gaming begins to dive underneath the tower. Old Lemon with the Rolling Thunder. There's the full 5-man of Thunder Predator that's come down to keep Minos safe. Now Thunder Predator ready to chase on and see if they can punish Vici Gaming for trying to get aggressive behind the tower. Good over towards Old 11. Who's able to catch him with the silence? Bringing him down, though, they've got quite enough loot, they do. Holding him in position to allow the orb to finish him off. As MJZ and Leo Star finish off the kill.
Minos wasting a bit of a time there in the trying to be a part of the kills instead of just trying to get some farm in the jungle, get that Battle Fury online. Like, you're really not that strong, and even if you get a kill shared with a couple of other heroes, you just don't get the value out of it.
Make his way back up towards this top path. Triangle had that top wave coming in under the tower to work with.
Surprised that they didn't, you know, play a bit more aggressive on the Storm Spirit with the Puck and the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, well, you feel like Ori has had a bit too much of a good time.
You could say that Ori also played well, you know, dodging those ganks, being in the jungle at the time when he felt vulnerable.
Just the one death on him so far. Of course, the support backup he had around mid fair few times DY being in position.
They lost the tower, though. That's the big part. While Thunder Predator's tower is full HP, they will get PYW.
Kill like that, they're going to try and knock onto the tier 1 tower. Vici Gaming.
They want to use this, you know, they want to keep fighting. Vendetta is there, they still have a sentry, but no nighttime.
There we go, Ori begins things straight away over towards the Oracle. There's no saving MJZ as he goes down. He's quick with the roll away, and Ori not quite enough mana to chase for a second kill. Styles going to come down to the bottom lane, try and hold this tower.
Middle tower is under attack.
Putting the pressure on.
Fairy Dragons fighting against each other.
Poyoyo will also have DY the backup. Then get in the 50, so too hard to try and catch Star by surprise.
They're trying to bring down Radiant's top tower.
Radiant on the Battle Fury time. Play more short. Poyoyo.
Throw a line to Radiant's middle tower.
Pressure complete.
Seeking. Just
start going for that big
your
item.
ships.
He wants to go for the E-Blade, or if he does feel pressure to
Probably man style, you know, to have a dispel against those silences. Good stats will kill the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane, has possessed mask. Is there ever a game where Morphling is picked that he does not have a possessed mask?
I don't think so. I think the RNG certainly seems to work in the Morphling's favor. Time we see it. Best tier 1 item for a Morph to find. Thunder Predator. They want this Morph dealt with. They're on the hunt. See if they can find him moves. He's in with the opening silence.
Didn't get the shit
follow-up, and they got enough damage to burst him before he's out of the silence. All they do and take out Poyoyo. Excellent move under the cover of the smoke. Poyoyo not quite ready for them to come sweeping in from the river. Felt safe with the wall coverage he had around this area. Move catching him by surprise.
I like how DY moves straight away, like, what's going on? Why did they use the Knight? You know, I'll try to run to my Morphling, possibly break the smoke and die for the Morphling, but they went for the right target.
He's under a sentry now. Carapace will stop the efforts of Moose. The Phoenix. UIW by his side, they won't chase any further. Neostar goes straight back over towards the mid lane, keep this lane pushed out. Maelstrom is nearly done on old Levin. Should expect to see him start to be able to catch up a bit in the farm. Both offlaners having those tools good to go, of course. Frank. Midas, he's well on his way towards BKB.
It should be BKB into Blink Dagger. You definitely need a Blink Dagger on the Night Stalker to be able to position yourself. Possibly find a Phoenix, even though it's a bit tricky because Supernova takes over. Supernova is, you know, higher priority, so it's gonna be the daytime even if you pop the ulti.
We'll see Vici Gaming lay themselves wanting to make a move onto Thunder Predator's carry. Look for Minos. Take down this Ursa whilst he's still in this farming stage of the game. Over towards the Ancient they go, they found him, and with the silence, they'll easily have the damage to take Minos down before anybody can come in with any sort of save.
That's Orchid reveal, so they should be a bit more careful. They even get the courier.
First up, very low on mana.
No mana for Coil.
He's not going to be able to throw anything out here as, in mind, Thunder Predator, they've got to back off, especially with Old Lemon coming in with the Rolling Thunder.
Puck not being there on time 2 times in a row. Like, if he commits with the coil, they definitely take that fight. They should be able to take those fights during the nighttime. Silence maxed out on the Night Stalker. It's a long duration silence. It's a 7-second silence.
Should be more than enough to buy time for someone like Minos to take down the Storm or the Morph. Of course, though, Minos need a bit more time until he's going to be really happy turning up to these fights.
Tower faces a stiff win.
The important timing being that one for Ori now. Working on the BKB as expected after the Orchid. Once he has that done, the game is going to be quite tricky for Thunder Predator for the most part.
They have nothing against the BKB. He gets a vision on Oracle, gonna jump him instantly. That's the target to take out. This Orchid actually hurts so much against the Puck.
Is under attack.
He has a Yule Scepter, so one way to dispel it. But still, if used offensively, could be a bit problematic.
Down, top lane. Predator. 4 of them top. As much room as they can for Minos. that expected blink after the Battle Fury. Still going to be in the best of positions to turn up to the fight. So.
Ursa using Enrage on the mid lane.
Alright. I mean, okay. I mean, they're going to get a fight going here. They've jumped over onto the Oracle. Vici Gaming, they'll take him down. Attempt from Frank to get in on this, but the Supernova is out. Frank, he's getting caught out by the Rolling Thunder as well. He's going to be held underneath the Supernova as Moose kicks him straight into the center of it all. Moose is also going to die. They've got to run. They lose 3. Maybe even 4. The silence is out to Leo style. And by some time, with the Yules up into the air, he's surrounded by Vici Gaming. He's also going to fall. And that just... I mean, that all just happened off the back of Minos just stepping up, pressing out in the mid. They knew that at the least there was no chance.
Maybe that was a bait. You know, I'll use the Enrage. They will go on me. Probably misclick there and got kind of out of focus what needs to be done. Because Oracle's like, yeah, guys, help me. I'm silenced, but no follow-up. Person was like, I'm not going in. You know, I just popped the ulti. I can't take that fight.
Well, very quick move there from Vici Gaming when they saw that opening.
Tower is about to take the plunge.
It's one of those, classic fights. Sort of everyone dies apart from the carry. You know, in the pub, the carry be like, guys, I didn't have my ult.
And he was the one who actually started all of it.
The classic.
You save him, he goes back to base, full HP, full mana. Not to base, he goes to farm those agents. Now?
Hey, they get the Roche though. Back on the map. Into the Roche. Vici Gaming, they do know this is going on. Minos, of course, will have his own now for this one. They're going to make the jump, but they're straight on Minos. He's able to get the range of the silence out of the sword. They turn, they punish Ori for the aggressive dive straight into the pit. Ori's down. See if Thunder Predator can turn this into more moves. Trying to roll over, but he's going to miss Old 11. Calls down onto Old 11 and DY. DY turns with the stun. The Leo starts in with the burst. Takes out Old 11. They slap down DY. 3 dead on the side of Vici Gaming. Thunder Predator hit back just as hard as Vici Gaming strike them in the mid lane.
And it just shows that the previous fight was kind of a fluke. You know, they misused their spells. It was still a nighttime. They took that fight. Now we'll take the Aegis. 3 bounty runes, so pretty damn good fight. Like, Morphling will still need to get a BKB. Like, Manta Style's good to get rid of the silences from the Earth Spirit and the Puck, but you can't dispel Night Stalker's silence, so that's pretty bad. Pretty much the only thing you can do is buy a BKB. They will still have a 30 seconds of window if they want to take another fight with the Night Stalker ulti.
12 to 10. That's the 1k in it. A close one. Yet again, getting 2 up top. Ori try and take down the Oracle. Verifies pop the soul burn damage is enough. Ori low on the mana. Frank's going to try and move in position with the silence. Now on top of the storm. Minos coming in from the side. A good stuff from DY. Holds the back. It's enough to right time to get him out. Another silence from Moose. Catches out Ori yet again. As the storm goes down. All 11. Trying to go for them, but he's got to run. He's got to run. Minos, he's going to chase. He's in with a blink. The Dream goes down to 2 of them. Leo Star gets the cat. It's another kill for Minos. Minos, he's going to go for a 4th. They're running down DY. They're over the Nyx Assassin. As Minos will get himself the ultra kill.
Moyo actually gets him and manages to get out. Now he finished off the Spirit Vessel. That was such a good fight. This is the 32nd of opportunity that I talked about. Storm Spirit, like, Ori needs to be careful. He does not have a BKB. They should not try to look for a fight. Farm those 2 BKBs, 1 more, 1 on Storm Spirit, and then you're good to go.
Now, Minos is looking terrifying now. His BKB is going to be up any second. Already, and it was even without the BKB, just perfectly finding the opportunity to jump in these fights and just keeping the action going. We'll see once again, just a bit of too much of an aggressive move from Ori. Ends up putting him flat on his face there as Thunder Predator could turn. And once the storm's down, they're just ready to chase them down. And of course, if you're playing against Thunder Predator, you're never going to be able to outrun them. They're going to be straight on you past the tier 2s. There is no escape once this team knows that they can take you down 1 by 1.
2 BKBs? Yeah, I have to agree. Very aggressive team, 2 BKBs done on Thunder Predator. They have no nighttime for the next like 30 seconds, so they can still take another like smaller fight. Ursa with the Aegis, 2 minutes, 40 seconds left, going into Basher to be able to deal with the Morphling, deal with the Storm Spirit.
Why?
Setting a deep forward.
Smoke will be unprotected though. Predator having a good chance of jump happen. They find Ori. Ori,
Dire are
400
scanning
gold
for
off the
enemy.
BKB. We scan though. Vici Gaming know that Thunder Predator is sneaking around.
Ori has one job in the team fight. Find Oracle. We can call him Oracle then.
Leo style.
Snaps the coil, the silence.
Simply got the damage. He's building up a lot of strength. Will put the man to, but Frank's in on top of him. He over to the side. They're going for the supernova, but Thunder Predator, they'll turn straight over towards the egg. They take it down. The egg's gone. Now with the BKB's been on. He's trying to turn it for more. Looks towards Old Level, but the Rolling Thunder, Old Level will manage to get himself away. Moves over to the side, has the control onto DY. DY points the spike out. It's Frank. He stays on top of Old 11. Turning with the Yules, Old Level will be able to hold Frank back.
They need to get back. Nighttime will expire, so they need to chill for a moment. They can easily reset. Frank with a good silence. Morphling decides to snap the coil straight away. Earth Spirit rolls in, Night Stalker comes in. Like, it's almost, I'm not gonna say impossible to play Night Stalker, but it's really annoying to play Night Stalker into Phoenix. You know, he says, bro, Frank, just relax, it's only a prank. My ulti, so...
Ori. He's gonna try here. Poor Frank. Frank's to tank him out. And he's gonna be safe. They've got the backup from the Oracle. Frank's fine. Same can't be set though for Mood. Mood will go down. Frank still being chased. MJZ, Leo Style, and Minos by his side though. Vici Gaming, they won't chase further.
They only lost position 4, which is fine. Earth Spirit has that Spirit Vessel, so it's going to help quite a lot against the Phoenix's Sunray healing, and especially Morphling. He has 2 ways to deal with that, but you know, if he survives in a fight long enough to be using that Spirit Vessel a couple of times, should be good. Also, I would like for Earth Spirit maybe to get a BKB as his next item to be... They have nothing that goes through the BKB, and then you can like hit the egg even if it's needed, +1. You have Ursa. So Egg should not be able to explode in the team fights.
Bottom lane, the setup's here. Thunder Predator. Gonna be able to get it, moves. Found DY inside the tree line. Oh yo, straight away going for the TP out. He doesn't want to be a part of this at all. That's DY. And he's gonna be found. They've got the dust and the sentry out. No chance for DY to hide from this. PYW.
PYW
as well.
just using cheat. It's getting out of the map. I'm not sure why this is, you know, still not fixed.
It's a feature. It's a feature.
A game of some sort?
Just because it's not on the mini-map doesn't mean it's not there. The actual map itself.
Yeah, he goes to Shadow Realm. Cannot be touched. They're on the hunt. Frank ready to go in.
Stop to the smoke. Get dispelled. Vici Gaming unlikely to strike any sort of surprise.
Glimmer Cape on Oracle, so that's a pretty big item, you know, to have something so Storm Spirit can jump you if Storm Spirit sees that he has that needs to have a dust, because others can't really close the gap as good as he can.
They are strong. Beats BKB Zori. Oh yo. Get in, take down those backlines. Time moves. Himself around mid. A little hesitant to make the play here. Have to respect me. You know, BKB, the basher. Deal with any of these heroes if he gets on top of them. Roshan. Be up in a minute. Thunder Predator likely to wait for that before they make the next hit.
Night Stalker does not want to get a Blink Dagger. I see a Basher queued up. I don't mind Basher, but played so many games with the Night Stalker. It just feels like a completely different hero when you get a Blink Dagger, to close the gap, get the silence on top of someone. It's just, you know, one of those feels-good items on the Night Stalker. Phoenix also going for like super defensive build. Scepter to be able to deal with some of the silences, not the Night Stalker one, but also going into the BKB, which I really like. Roll.
to chain control and they can't. MJ's able to break him out of the combo with the false promise. 11 still trying for this, but the Dream Core's down. He's out of place. Sometimes with the yours, but he can't bounce out of this. That's going to be the Pango down. Mino turning over towards the next target, running down DY. They've got the detection out. DY will fall.
Just go for the egg. Go for the egg.
Can they take it down in time? They can. The Supernova comes to an end. They have Polio trying to get in, but he's fighting against the four of them. They put the BKB, go for the bash there. It isn't. Polio able to make it away.
That was not an excellent Supernova for sure. Like in the middle of everyone, they already lost one or two heroes before. They need to be very careful. They try to go in Ursa, good positioning from MJZ. He was there, ready to use his ulti on Ursa. Roche will respawn in a minute and 15 seconds, so they can kill it straight away. But it feels like Thunder Predator, they're in control of this game.
Dire's top tower
holding
is
on comfortably
under attack.
to 5k lead, and see once again just an attempt to try and force something out of Minos. JZ said that the positioning's perfect. They're not being able to get on top of the Oracle with any of their heroes to start these fights off.
Is under
JZ just providing so much safety. And ever since they make that burst move and that they're not able to take down someone, it's just so often that the fight really. Vici gave it, they've got to burst a hero if they want to try and take T-By over towards the mid.
Good coil.
They've managed to catch him. They won't quite be able to snap the coil. Moose tries his best with the kick. He tries to stand the ground, but the bashes are out. Oh no, they're going to get taken out. And Thunder Predator, they kill off the morph and they're ready to chase on for more. Over to the side, Leo style. He's got his eyes on DY, moves.
Nice eyes there.
Excellent silence, puts a stop to a potential stun coming out from DY as DY goes down.
Check the Roshan pit. There's 4 couriers around
it. Having a bit of a courier.
It's a new fountain.
Oh, hang on.
He gets jumped. Half mana. Oh, see if they can chase. Oh, Ori needs to be careful. Roshan just respawned. That's G's Aegis. It should be a free one for Thunder Predator.
Minos can do this easily on his own. 20. Swipes damage. The other tunic. And it's Beast.
They don't have the answer for Axe. Whoever gets caught inside of it is pretty much dead. Now it cripples Pangolier as well. Morphling Storm Spirit. Like it's the best item you can get.
So bloodthirsty as well, Thunder Predator. Older Lemon goes for a bit of a poke on Roche, and suddenly they're all like, where is he? Where is he? Let me at him. He's away. Quite be able to hunt him down. At least they're pushing Vici getting far away from the Roshan pit. No chance for contesting that. Minos grabs the Aegis, full Abyssal.
Stupendous.
These fights, even with the BKBs now, so hard to pause.
Top lane, how much time can you buy? Like the coil is just so annoying to play against, especially the Axe one.
Well, especially with the fact that he has so many heroes on Thunder Predator, he can quickly sweep across the map and get to it. And Minos picking up action on his own with this Abyssal. He finds PYW, Leo style. He's done it a good job. DY, Mori coming in. I'll take out. Minos in onto DY. The bash is there.
Double kill.
Minos just tearing it up right now. 13 kills on the Ursa.
Ursa going into more damage, straight up dataless. Like I love that. I don't see it too often, but feel like, you know, this item is kind of forgotten on Ursa. You're just able to munch through anyone.
Yeah. Look at the man's KDA. Classic old school numbers there.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff win.
See it?
No, you're talking about Minos?
Yeah.
13, 3, and 7? Oh,
okay. No.
You know,
you gotta put
No, lead, got it. Lead gamer.
Checking. I was like, well, how are you?
E-gamer, gotcha.
How young are you? Cost you missing out on that.
I know all the numbers, you know.
Yeah, all the numbers.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff win.
Like, I can imagine any number. 65,000.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a big number.
I don't think that number even exists.
I know a lot of numbers.
Minos. He's going in. He's going straight for Ori. Nighttime walking will come out as Frank.
Something that's very annoying for Ursa is that, you know, Mana Burn still has some mana regen from the Battle Fury, but it's really annoying. I don't think there's a hero that, you know, loves to play against Mana Burn. It's like, yeah, please burn my mana.
Is drowning.
Maybe if you have Eternal Shroud, then you get the mana back, but other than that...
Maybe if you're playing against an anti-mage and mana void's on cooldown, because then you're going to be taking less damage from the mana break, then you're like, oh, I'm out of mana. Feels good.
Okay.
You know, that would be a situation.
Can't think of anything smarter, you win. Storm Spirit trying to get the Aghanim Scepter.
Under attack.
It's a good way to defend the Phoenix Egg, but doesn't go through BKB. It's a good, relatively good setup for the Rolling Thunder. But like both position 1 and 2 don't benefit too much from it. You know, Vortex into possibly like Impale. I just don't feel they have enough damage.
It's like good in premise, but as you say, just the fact
it's one of those games that
with the BKBs.
We were casting yesterday or the day before with Darkseer. I believe it was Alliance that they had like no combo, fake him into nothing, pretty much. BYW once again, trying to get out of this game, out of this map. What if you like do it 3 times and the game just kicks, you can't reconnect?
You end up in a game on stream too.
Wow, Phoenix just joined
6 up in the middle of a
versus 5.
Liquid, you know, you're like, what's going on here? You guys need an extra player, you know, having a tough time.
Dire's courier has been killed.
He'll keep himself on this map.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
E-Rune. Oh, that's a lovely one. Minos. Yum, yum, yum. E-Rune ready to go for the next fight. Handed a bottle.
What if you like
Chrysalis in the backpack?
What if you like end up in a game with Heralds and then he gets like reported for smurfing? Gets his account deleted, can't play professionally anymore.
Well, what happens is you sort of fly in, and if you keep the sunray going, you just sort of pass over the game, you know, and move on to the next one.
And you're like, you're coaching while you're flying over, you know, you should not get that by a BKB. It's a safer choice.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't mind that if BYW flew into my game and started giving me advice. And they need it.
Yeah, nothing's going on in the game.
No,
like they're not fighting, they're just chilling.
Yeah.
Ages will expire in the next 20 seconds. Ursa has a DB, has that Crystalis.
So much at the moment, Minos. Stage is probably ready to chill and work on the 25 before he forces it too much. Sort of catch up we're getting from Poyo-Yo. Guardi, oh well, I guess he's missing out from the courier. I don't know if I picked up on that one, but it's a point booster, I'm guessing, in the map for 2 minutes.
Yep, missing that one. It's a great item, you know. Good stats overall. Crippling Night Stalker and the Ursa. Reducing the healing from the Oracle ulti. Like, just Guardi feels so good on so many heroes.
That's now done on Ori. As, well, Frank, he's ready for action. Trying to kick things off, looking for Old 11, but Old 11, he's not messing around. He's rolling Thundering out of here completely. And, Frank, he still gets the jump over to Poyo. The BKB comes down, but Minos is on top of it. Turtle stuff for Team White again. Sometime to try to Poyo out, but it isn't enough. They get back on top of the wall. Fourth down for 80, and Thunder Predator, they're diving up to the high ground. Over they go towards the third and the fourth. PYW and DY are gone. 4 dead. Thunder Predator break the silence.
They managed to make a comeback in the previous game on side of Vici, but this game just feels like they don't have the answers. They do not have the answers for this Puck Coil with the Aghanim Scepter. All they can do is watch Thunder Predator. They go in, they have a good way to close the gap, it's a good jump, and then like 2 heroes, if they're caught inside the coil, they just die. It's that simple.
Coil is just so strong. The closest thing they have to on Vici gaming is that Axe Storm, but it's very much a case of, you know, Vici saying, hey Mom, can we have Axe Stream Coil? Like, we've got Axe Stream Coil at home, and it's Storm with the vortex. You know, it's just, it's not the same. It's not the same. Puck just too good of a hero right now.
Yeah, I just love that meme. Mom, can we have it? We have X at home. It's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. Not this major sort of, Mom, can we get some of this SA Dota at home? We've got EU at home. You know?
Yeah. You have to stop home, then I won't be able to focus. Even though, you know, this game probably gonna end, so you can keep going, keep entertaining the chat.
Yeah, well, the chat's entertained. As they always are. I mean, these Thunder Predator games, know, they have a little bit of a break, but they always come in with a big finale. That last move was a big one. Now 18k up. You can expect that something else is going to be brewing. Vici Gaming, they've got to be prepared for it. One more fight like the last one. This game will come to an abrupt end for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, I believe we can, you know, try to find a way how they can come back into the game. You go over. Perfect scenario.
BYW's gone. He's got buyback. Might have to use it here. Frank. He's heading over on the left, and he's got to get out. Yeah, Swashbuckler blinks out the side. Buyback comes into play. Ori's going to zip in, gets the pullback on, and turn back to the sky. He's talking about. He's on top of the storm. Ori able to zip back just in time. Ori one hit away from dying, but he will live, and they have taken down Frank. So Vici Gaming able to defend.
They use a buyback on PYW. This will get them ordered. I still feel they might want to take the fight. Night Stalker does not have a buyback. Even Timeless Relic on Puck, because why not?
Duration of that Dream Coil.
Feel free to do the math.
I was kind of hoping that the tooltip did it for me. It did it.
Ice Frog, if you're watching, you know, you need to help us out.
Yeah, this is
a tough working environment for us.
Unplayable. What, 6 plus 25%? It's 32%.
I'm not even listening. Just give me the result. I don't care how you got to it. If you're using paper, if you're cheating, using the Windows calculator.
He found the jump. He's on to Storm. Storm's been Dream Coil. There's nothing he can do. Ori's out and over to the side. They've got the catch onto DY as well. The Yule setup's there. DY trying to run. Thunder Predator. They'll take him out. No buyback for Ori.
So yeah, they will take the tower. Every single time the coil is used, they get a kill. It's really hard to miss a coil. He also has an Octarine core on top of that to lower the cooldown. Roshan is up, has Aegis. Who does get that Aegis? Who do you want to give it to? Like Night Stalker's okay-ish, but I guess Ursa...
Well, the Aegis. Well, the everything.
Ags. Ursa takes Aegis for sure. Let's see if he gets the Ags on top of that. Yes, he does. He does. Because why not?
Why not? I mean, Minos is in charge this game. 15
like he solo killed him here and all of it.
So, he put the hard work in. Frank understands. He didn't want the Ags. It's Minos. Very close to being completely slotted out with the Swift Link round the corner.
I can see chat trying to do the math. I see a lot of different answers. Probably only the one is correct.
I think chat's still trying to solve the 1+1 we talked about 2 series ago.
Don't be mean.
A prize.
Night Stalker, Blink Dagger finally picked up and going into Nullifier. Has cheese ready. I think they have a few cheeses, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Ursa's holding one.
Sign up a little dairy farm, eh?
Puck doesn't get anything.
Poor old Puck.
Holding on to Gem.
Did he have to buy that himself as well? At least he's got the gem. No, MJZ bought him the gem. So he gets something. MJZ giving him a bit of luck.
At least we have a tooltip for that, so we don't have to go back in time, check who actually picked up the gem, who spent the 900 gold.
I mean, now you tell me that after all the energy I just put into going back in time.
Could have. Arcane Rune plus Octarine Core. Let's see the tooltips. 3.25 duration. Look, he's perma-phase shift. He's out of the game.
Right now,
he's doing what PYW on Phoenix was doing with the Sunray.
But if the duration is longer than the cooldown, does that mean he can phase shift the phase shift? Yeah. The ones if he phase shifts the phase shift.
He's out.
The tower has fallen.
Let's hope he doesn't do that. Otherwise, they could have the end of time, space, the universe as we know it. Leo Style, a lot of power in his hands. So he uses it for good. Minos is already in. And leads onto the racks. He's ready to try and look to close this one up. Start heading toward the objective. 9 times out, there's the buyback from DY. Poyoyo is ready to go in, zips forward, looks towards the Ursa. Frank's watching from the side, he's ready to jump back in. He's in onto Poyoyo. In with the missile, the disarm is down. DY trying to restart, he's locked down Minos. Minos up in the air with the Yules. He's got the air range off in time. He's trying to beat into this ball. The Supernova coming out. Frank, he's trying to take it down, but he can't do so.
Hey, there's a forest.
Look at the vortex. They've caught the path. Leo Star's trapped underneath the Supernova. They'll force out the Ursa to the side. Ballsbar is keeping him alive. Frank jumps back up with the silence on goal. Lose the Ursa the one. Should be back second with the Vortex, grabbing the tree of the DY, lining up a beautiful four-man stun. Minos is still good to fight though, the BKB's back up, over he goes towards the Storm. He's not going to want Yo-Yo, waits for back to base, dieback for Storm, sits back in, back out, and he can't tackle MNC once he's full HP.
That was such nice done by DY, but I still don't think it's enough. Buckbook back straight away, comes back into the fight, dies. That was like 4 or 5 men in fail, not from the next assassin.
I mean, that's as good as he can offer, but at this stage, with the lead the Thunder Predator have, it's just not enough. Ori, he's tried to zip out, but he's used all his mana. He's got no BKB, he can't TP out of this one.
That's it, they're calling it.
It's called as Thunder Predator. They will be able to get the lead, hold on to it this time round, and they'll take game 2 against Vici Gaming.
Great showing from Thunder Predator. You know, they were also, I would say, in control of the game number 1. Gave Vici Gaming the opportunity to come back, but in this one, it was pretty much all Thunder Predator. They had no answer for the coil, especially once they picked up the Aghanim Scepter on Puck. Pretty much great showing from the whole team.
It really was. Yeah, as you said, that the Puck, the Star just able to pop off. And Minos, the way that he was able to know the exact limits he could push his hero to quite early. We saw that first fight that he turns up to sort of behind the tier 1s of Vici Gaming with just a battle fury in a blink. He's getting in that action, he's getting the kills, and pretty much staying on top the entire game.
Yeah.
To the point where the Storm and Morph, they're full